Hey everybody, what we're looking at right now is Hiatus Road, and this street right here is Northwest 23rd Street. At what point separates east and west, I don't know. That's a good question. But in Broward County, which is where I reside, I believe there are three main streets that separate north and south. Hollywood Boulevard, which is the same as Pines Boulevard, is one of them. Broward Boulevard is another one. And the third one, I believe, is Atlantic Boulevard. So there are three streets that separate north and west. East and west, I'm not 100% sure, but I know once I get to Hollywood, there's a certain part where it's just north and south, like the name of the streets. There's no west or east. And then there's another part where there's east and west. I mean, there's just northwest, northeast. I forget the part. Okay, so this video is a challenge. I want to, if anybody's watching this and cares to does it, it's not dangerous unless you live in a really bad neighborhood, perhaps, or you trip while you fall. I can't exclude. Please don't do this. If one, your doctor has advised you not to walk, or if the weather conditions are dangerous outside, just use common sense. All right, so I'm gonna measure what it is to walk one lap around the block. This is suburbia. This city, Pembroke Pines, is as suburbia as it can get, I imagine. And so it's very car centric. As you can see, that's a single family home right there. They have a sidewalk that goes around. It's a wraparound sidewalk, which we do at our home right now, which was paid for by the selling of one of my possessions when I used to work a lot. I used to work a lot. Okay, but the IRS field agents haven't come after me yet. Let's see if they do, because even though I worked a lot, it was barely nothing, because I believe in fair wages, especially when it comes to selling a product that poor people need, because that's just the right thing to do. Nonetheless, we're gonna start right here. This sidewalk actually goes towards over there. So if you've seen none of my walking sans parlay videos on my other channel, you see that I always try to get to the end of the sidewalk. All right, I'm gonna stop the video now so I can turn on the my run app to measure. Okay, this is the fitness app that comes with every iPhone, or how it's called on my iPhone, Salud. Before I started, it said 2,409 steps. Okay, I took a couple steps as I got out of the app. Hopefully it's still working. It's still measuring it as I use the camera on the phone. I just passed two houses. This is house number 3. And this one does not have a wraparound sidewalk, but it has a nice little walkway to the front door. This wraparound walkway, this is stamped, this is not real concrete, which is big difference in price, was courtesy of the sale of my motorcycle. I used to actually have a motorcycle, which it was an impulse buy, so I really could care less that I had bought it. It really wasn't even the one that I would like. This really, see, here in the States, obviously since it's very car centric, wide roads, a lot of time, if we get bicycle lanes, that's a plus. And there's some places when there's no sidewalks at all. I can give you an example right now. Between Taft Street and Pines Boulevard, actually, even there's actually a main street in between. there is no sidewalk on the southbound part. So if you want to use the sidewalk, you have to cross the street and go to the northbound part of traffic and use that sidewalk. So there's literally no sidewalk on one side of the road. So that goes to show you. And that's just off the top of my head. What else? So yeah, that's it. Enjoy at least this sidewalk. It's maintained by the city. So if you ever get a citation, more than likely it's going to be because the sidewalk is causing some type of hazard. Hey, I just had to add this after the fact. I think I'm adding it. I don't know how to use this video app, iMovie, after 800 some videos. I thought about other places where there are no sidewalks, and one that struck to me was Taft Street, heading east-west or west-east. It's the north side of the street. And what's funny about this part is that there's a bird sanctuary on the corner. It's hidden behind some trees, but there's literally no pedestrian access to it. So there's no access at all, because you're not going to stop your car in the middle of traffic to watch birds. So we literally have a bird sanctuary in our city that is inaccessible. So I am in strong support of the channels like Not Just Bike and City Nerd, which they, one or the other, I think Not Just Bike talks about it most. It's called Strong Towns. I think it's like it pretty much highlights how cities can be more towards, just humanism, like geared towards humans, because cities or suburbia as we know it, it's actually is not self-sustainable. It's actually losing money. The way cities are designed, it's made to the point where they cannot sustain themselves through taxes, because it's not, everything is geared towards asphalt, which is what we use here. We don't use concrete, by the way, which is why if you ever drove a car abroad, you could hear the difference from here. Asphalt has to replace every so often. And the whole thing is the economy. It's all about GDP. All we are to the government is just numbers. Allegedly, they call us constituents. That's whitewash for a voter that wants to that supports you. But as far as being human beings, politicians just want power. And the politicians that try to break up big monopolies, or the powers that be that are doing things that are not right, they're usually the ones that end up dead. Hazard, which in turn can create an accident or incident in that part, because it could be prevented, which is why we have, again, another car, which is why we have what are those people called? They're almost like police cars. They're decked out kind of like police cars. But anyways, they're the ones who write the citations for things like if the sidewalk is, might have, it might be slippery due to mold. That's an accident waiting to happen. Or these cracks right here, they're uneven. They have to even that out, because that's somebody, another car. All right, that's somebody waiting to trip on that. Now that I'm squeezing between these cars, let me get back to what I meant to talk about before. And what I meant, is there somebody in that car? Oh no, that's that van. There's somebody in that van. I can hear the motor running. It's not electric, so I can hear the motor running. So being the fact that it's car centric, the philosophy, you could say, or the mindset of the people are that people are driving on the roads. So in other words, they think of people that are on a bicycle or walking as less than, when in reality, no matter where you live, what country, what nature, what culture, I don't give a flying fuck. It's pedestrians, number one. Then people on bicycle or self-propelled vehicles, meaning in other words, it's only powered by your own energy. Then, you know, mopeds or scooters, and I guess bike, motorcycles, and then cars. There is nowhere in this world. I just turned onto the avenue. This is approximately either 114th Avenue or 114th Terrace. Oh look! Oh, I missed it. This is a pretty cool fence. Instead of the beams going vertical, they go horizontal, which is pretty neat because most of the time the majority of the time they're all vertical. You know, I guess you could kind of see in there, but same thing, unless you have a vertical fence and the fence is really like, they did a job where they put them like really close together. If I'm not mistaken, I believe there's the lady that lives here, she's a police officer. I think she might have yelled at me one time for, I guess, because, you know, whatever. Let's see, this lawn is not been maintained, but there's storage units on here. Looks like they're gonna be putting new sod. Either that or they're gonna do a wraparound sidewalk here. Look at that door. I have never seen a red door. That is pretty cool. Oh, anyways, I'm timing myself how long it takes to, well, really the distance. How long, it's not timing so much. It's how long is it around your block. In Spanish, we say, dar una vuelta a la manzana. Well, I can't say all Spanish in Spanish as in Spaniards. I'll say it in Colombia, because even in Latin America, they say different things. But I'm used to hearing saying, voy a darle una vuelta a la manzana. I'm gonna go walk around the block. So this is my most immediate block. Now, if I was to walk around the block, like along the roads, like the main roads that really there should be no houses along, but there are some, and where there are houses, that's where there's the service roads. Service roads are for I forgot how to say it properly. True traffic only. In other words, the only cars that are meant to be there are cars that are of people that are visiting one of the homes that are in that vicinity. That's along Hiatus Road, along Taft Street, which is another main road. There's also service roads. There are some houses that are directly on Taft Street, but the front of the house faces the avenue. It does not face the main street, Taft Street. So what they'll do is, most of them, they have like a fence to, you know, for privacy purposes. There's actually one home that it just has like a barbed wire fence, and it's not that tall, which is pretty cool. Because if anything, if you do want to, I would just soundproof the house. If the noise of vehicles, because cars are loud, with the exception of you know, EVs. But EVs, at least Teslas, are dangerous, because who in heaven needs to go from 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds, or accelerate that fast? If you thought regular cars were killing machines, the only good thing is that Tesla hasn't really made really high cars, except for that new one. That new one is not just a killing machine, but it's also like, it could also like take your finger off. I think the frunk, when it closes, it literally can chop your finger off. The door, they used what did they use? Not titanium. They used the same thing that they used in the DeLorean. And the edge of the door is so sharp, people have injured themselves closing the door. And then other YouTubers have made videos of slicing like fruits with it. Anyway, so I'm back almost around the end of the block. You can see these bushes were put there, very nicely done. I have to big ups on whoever planned that because it blocks this street right here. This is really 24th Street, or you could just say Sheridan Street. But this is the service road for Sheridan Street, which is that road right there. Before the city was built, that road didn't exist, and this road served as Sheridan Street until eventually buildings started coming up. Then they made Sheridan Street into a 4-lane road. So 2 lanes going east, 2 lanes going west, except at intersections then you have a turning lane mostly. And here we are back at hiatus. Oh, whoa, what happened to this sign? Oh, we've had a, oh no, that's not the sign. Well, anyways, the signs are up there. That's Sheridan Street. And can I zoom in? Hiatus Road. Yeah. Aurora is a company which I have to give them credit. They created a fake need, which all clever companies do. They create like a fake necessity. Like with plastic. Do we need plastic bottles? No. But they sold it to us, and then the bastards, the oil conglomerates, blamed us for polluting the earth. They did so well on their propaganda that they made it seem like it was our fault that the earth is being polluted by plastics, when it was those fucks that it's in their interest to make plastics. I just hope to heaven, here we are at the beginning. I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna check how long it took, how long it was. I gotta speak low because my queen, she's trying to get some rest. The need that Aurora created was that they're gonna protect your privacy from the web. Because of the dark web, they have your info and they sell it. All of your info is in the dark web. So they provide a service which they may or may not be 100% successful at, but I don't think they'll be 100% successful at that because there's so much stuff on the dark web. Dark web usually includes things that have to do with like banking, personal info, you know, things like that. So like they make it like they tell you Google your name and then see all the things that pop up, but Google only shows a certain part. They don't show everything. But yeah, that's the need that they created. So big up for Aurora. They seem to be doing well. They do a lot of campaigning or advertisement, I should say. Okay, so here's the results. 1 lap around my block is 0.54 miles. Let's see what yours is. Holy shit. 1 lap around the block is 0.54 miles. So we're talking about 0.8 of a kilometer. So basically a whole kilometer if we're rounding. So 1 lap around my block is practically 1 kilometer. So now you tell me, is this infrastructure built around humans, or is it built around these things right here that sit on top of 4 wheels, which are all known to depreciate unless you own the one that the goat owns. I think it's like a Ferrari from what year, I forget. It's an old school one, but those cars, you cannot drive them. You have to keep them low mileage. They have to be numbers matching. But if you got the right one, you're gonna be there's gonna be a bidding war and you're gonna make millions. All right, so I challenge all of you who watch this, record yourself going around your block and let me know results. Again, this one's the exact, according to Map My Run by fitness app by, I think, Under Armour made the app or bought ownership of it. The exact distance was 0.54 miles, and it took me a while because I stopped and I recorded some stuff. So if anybody does the challenge, tag me. I would like to share it, or leave a comment if you did and you don't want to record. I'm interested to know what your block is like. All right, thank you much for watching. Ciao. So please accept the challenge. Record how many miles or how many kilometers it is around your block. Again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.